Prescott looks to throw on first. That one complete to Elliott. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll bring up second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. 18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. Now Elliott. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up second and goal. Second down, the ball on the 2 here, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Cowboys have taken the early lead. And Charles, he's able to dive in there in a short yardage situation.
Just find a place to get to the end zone. Didn't matter where it was, but once he did, used his nose for the end zone and dove in.
So that drive, 4 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. Bailey now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that took.
And got his man complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. That one goes for 36 yards. They go play action here on first down. He's going to look deep down the field. And it's knocked away and incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Josh Doxson. And it's second down. Now Cousins. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target. Third down here. They'll throw again. Cousins buying time to his left. It's Chidobe Awuzie, the rookie from Colorado. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Throwing, Prescott. Touchdown, Washington.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Dances by him. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. to it after the pick six. Prescott. He's going to launch this thing way down. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked up on the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Following the interception, Cousins. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield.
He's got a man, complete. That goes for a gain of 31. Prescott on first down. He's airing it out for Williams. It's caught inside the 25. And finally out of bounds down near the 10-yard line. It's a big play for the Cowboys on third. 46 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And this announcer kind of speechless, cannot explain what just happened there. Utter lunacy. He ran the wrong way, the length of the field, and gave up a safety. I'm not even going to try to unpack that one.
Good move. Let's just leave that one alone, shall we?
Cat's got our tongue here in the booth. Now, after the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. Harris now to return. Here comes Kirk Cousins now to lead his offense back out there. Bottom line, he's got to figure things out. He's completed 3 passes, but 2 of them have been to the wrong team so far.
And when we talk about the best quarterbacks, we're usually talking about touchdown-to-interception ratio, aren't we? And
here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked off at the 49. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
First down, Prescott looking deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll be marked down deep in Washington territory. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged, because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now.
And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And now look at this, big gain, but a fumble.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust?
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take a blame themselves and figure out how to not do it anymore.
Fight. And now did he step out of the end zone? Yes, he did. The referee says he stepped out, and that is going to be a safety. Well, Charles, I've heard of backing up to avoid the rush. I think this takes that to a whole new level.
And not upper level either.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. And an alley to run. Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
Cousins now. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Cousins on 3rd and 2. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Bailey now for the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Pass incomplete.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them
I was
to do
going to
that?
ask you,
What was
maybe
that?
they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know. Now a hit and a loose football. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And this will be scooped up in the end zone. The defender gets there, and it's a touchdown. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
Encroachment, defense.
That makes this much more manageable. They'll move it from the 2 to the 1.
Totally manageable because many teams from the 2 want to throw the ball. But you put it at the 1, the running game is totally back in play.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
Now, hold on a second. Why would they decline that?
That penalty is declined.
Charles.
I don't have a good answer for you, but let's work the math here a little bit. If you take the penalty, you get 5 yards. Minimum.
You're in the positive in the yardage, and you get to rerun the down you just had.
I like that. I like that little extra on top of the whole thing. This makes 0 sense.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
A first down throw for Cousins. Being chased out left. His throw incomplete.
When we start looking for big-time corners, we're going to start with athleticism. But without technique, you're not going to make plays as one we just saw there.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. Throwing is Cousins. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Stephen Paya getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Forced out to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 28. And I do believe this is going to wind up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? Wow, what a disaster. You talk about a guy making a good play on the interception and then just trying to be too cute on the return.
It almost felt like his own gyroscope really got out of whack, didn't it? Going backwards into your own end zone after such a great play.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Following the interception, here's Prescott. Staying on his feet. Oh, he stays up. And now running right through it. Man alive. And do not ask me to explain what in the world happened there, folks. That's a safety in the strangest of ways. My word. Oh, my. All I can say is that baby might have just set the game of football back 40 years. Maybe 50, maybe 60.
Let's just go for 70. Just keep going.
The game never started.
Because there's no way I can analyze that. There's just no way.
This is Harris. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And a chance to make this a double whammy as they start this drive already in great field position.
Yeah, a couple of really good punches, don't you think? I mean, bam, bam, and be able to lay in another one. That's exactly what they're looking for. What a great start for them.
Like a prize fighter.
I love it.
I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Orlando Scandrick. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always...
Can't get away, and he's taken down. Ryan Kerrigan coming in from his outside linebacker spot. He buries him for a loss of 10 or 11. A second down throw for Prescott. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Ryan Kerrigan in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. 3rd and long for Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. A reminder, with halftime approaching, when we get there, we'll ship you off to Orlando. Larry Ridley will have first-half highlights and analysis.
And I hope he's iced down his throat because he's got a lot to get through because we've had no shortage of points scored in the first half.
It has been a fun track meet. And now Prescott is going to be taken down. He couldn't get away, and that's a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Steps, and they're going to sack him again. The 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. On 1st and 10, Prescott. Prescott stripped.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Call it a loss of 12 that time. And it's going to be 3rd down and forever.
It's hard to stay mad at a player who fights for yardage, even if it's not successful. But on this play, I'm just looking at what the defense did. We always talk about gang tackling and getting more people to the football. How about the job they did there? discipline they had. No matter how hard he fought, more and more people showed up and helped create that big loss of yardage there. That's the kind of play that the defense gets excited about.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Now the backup, Darren McFadden. Shifts by him. I don't know what was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but, Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the plan.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us, but I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down. Any return to get you to midfield is a great return. One first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Here's Terrell Pryor now as his guys head back out onto the field. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us. But sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game.
Well, to say that this has not been his game is probably a big understatement. I mean, he is all over the place. Mechanics are off, not accurate, except if you're playing on defense, because they picked off a good number of passes.
Yeah, all the INTs, but they're throwing it off. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Tyrone Crawford in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Final play of the half, Cousins. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Orlando Scandrick. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So that one will be accepted. Elliott running right. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
And while that play was unsuccessful to start the second half, I'm not sure that you just totally abandon what you do running the football. Maybe you make some adjustments in your run game and do things a little bit differently. That doesn't necessarily mean you just go to the pass and do nothing else.
He's going to, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Sua Cravens with a pick, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Buying time to his left. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. On 1st and 10, Cousins. Eluding the pressure right. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some... And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And what in the world? Not sure if he just heard a whistle there or what, but for some reason he spiked the football. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. Prescott now. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Monte Nicholson, the rookie out of Michigan State.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. On 2nd down, Cousins again. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off Byron Jones. And I do believe this is going to wind up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sean Lee coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
2nd down, Cousins. Dancing to his left. Oh, he'll try and throw it deep to the... And now here is another interception. Picked off by Orlando Scandrick. Man, maybe a little too cute there on the return, losing 13 yards, but his guys get the football back. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
One of the selling points of the in route, is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Fresh set of downs here. Here comes the D swarming to the line. To throw is Prescott. Where is this play going? Ryan Kerrigan in there yet again. My goodness, make it 5 sacks for him now in this one game alone.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And they will not get the snap off here. This is going to back them up halfway.
Delay of game, offense.
They were already backed up. Now they're backed up further.
I think they were being so careful to make sure all assignments were covered that they ended up running themselves out of time.
Second down, Prescott being chased out left. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this will be gathered up in the end zone, and that's a defensive touchdown. So many times, tight games decided by one big play. A lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point.